Okay, Chinamoto, last video of the day on the D250RTB. This bike is really cool. Had a chance to ride it down the highway a little bit. Vibration is not bad at all. I think I didn't really notice this, but when I was building it, but that looks like right there we have a counterbalanced engine. That may be the reason why we have this bike is, I believe, is rated at 17 horsepower versus 18 horsepower for the RTC, which is not counterbalanced. So that could be the reason why we have a 1 horsepower reduction there. Like I say, the bike is really powerful. I easily got it up to 60 miles per hour, had way more to go. I think this bike stock will do 100 miles per hour, to be truthful with you, and I will find out by this weekend. I don't think we have to make any sprocket changes on this bike. There are some other adjustments I want to make on the bike. I want to play with the handlebars some. The saddle needs to be stiffened up a little bit, but that spring right there does look to be adjustable, so I believe that we can get that stiffened up. And we'll go around the bike here, back up here and go around, kind of like we did yesterday on the RTC. This bike is a really big bike too. Really neat. Go on around here. However, I can't wait to get rid of that stupid handlebar because I guess it's your preference. But I like a straight handlebar on these kind of bikes. Makes them look a little bit lower and meaner. And we're going to come back around and we'll go ahead and start it up. Turn the key on in neutral. Fires right up. Probably idling just a touch high. I could probably change that, make an adjustment there. A couple little things. Bike is very simple. If you something messes up on it, you can pretty much go to any motorcycle store, I think, and fix it, except for the engine, of course. But there's so many of these Zongshin engines out there, it's just crazy. But anyway, this is the last video for the day, probably the last one I'll do until at least this weekend. And I wanted to